A nation once known for its beauty is now burning with anger. Power cuts, corruption, and despair have driven a new generation into the streets, and now, the military has seized control. But what really sparked this chaos? Who's in charge now? And what does it mean for Madagascar's future? This is the story of how frustration turned into revolution, and how a youth uprising changed the fate of an entire nation. Chapter 1. The Uprising, when Gen Z said enough. It all began on September 25, 2025. Across Madagascar, thousands of young people poured into the streets. They called themselves the Gen Z movement, a generation tired of darkness, both literal and political. For months, citizens had endured constant power cuts, severe water shortages, and soaring prices. Under President Andry Rajoelina's government, hope had faded. Corruption, poor services, and growing poverty became everyday realities. What started as peaceful demonstrations quickly escalated. Security forces fired tear gas and rubber bullets at protesters. Clashes broke out in major cities. According to reports, at least 22 people were killed and more than 100 injured. Even when the president dismissed his entire cabinet in an attempt to calm the tension, the youth refused to back down. They wanted more than new ministers. They wanted real change. Chapter 2. The Coup, when the soldiers stepped in. On October 14th, the situation reached its breaking point. An elite military unit known as CAPSAT took over government buildings and announced that the military was now in charge. Colonel Michael Randrianirina, the commander of CAPSAT, declared himself interim president. The constitution was suspended and the National Assembly was dissolved. President Andry Rajoelina fled the country. His departure marked the end of civilian rule, at least for now. The African Union immediately suspended Madagascar, calling the move an unconstitutional seizure of power. Yet within the country, reactions were divided. Some citizens celebrated the takeover, saying the army had done what the politicians could not. Others feared this was the beginning of a darker chapter, one where democracy would be silenced. Chapter 3. The Fallout, the Price of Instability. As the dust settled, the impact of the coup began to unfold. Air France suspended flights to and from Madagascar, and other airlines followed. Tourism, one of the nation's biggest industries, collapsed almost overnight. Hotels, tour operators, and travel agencies faced massive losses. In the cities, chaos spread. Looting was reported at supermarkets, gas stations, and banks. Curfews were imposed, and ATMs ran out of cash. The offices of Jarama, the National Electricity and Water Company, were attacked by angry crowds, worsening the very shortages that sparked the protests in the first place. International financial institutions such as the IMF and World Bank are now reconsidering their aid to Madagascar. With foreign investment drying up, the country risks facing a deep economic crisis. Inflation is rising, the currency is weakening, and ordinary citizens are paying the highest price. Madagascar now stands at a crossroads. The military promises stability, but at what cost? For many, the dream of a better future feels as distant as ever. Conclusion. What began as a cry for light and water has become a struggle for power and survival. The Gen Z protesters demanded accountability and a voice in their nation's future. Instead, they witnessed a military takeover. The question now is simple yet profound. Can a coup born out of frustration truly deliver justice? Or will it only repeat the failures of the past? Madagascar's story is still being written, and the world is watching. If you like this video, like and share. Hit the notification button for more interesting videos.